Tonight on the Xtra Factor the Aftermath.
Winning the X Factor was everything to me.
I honestly thought it was going to be a Ben and Leona final. I really, really did.
It's gonna be a pizza toast. A pizza toast!
It's sad and challenging all at the same time.
I couldn't thank it enough.
Do boys really wear stuff like this?
She's making me take my clothes off as she does all the time. It's private, this.
Every week, the Xtra Factor, the Aftermath, is your chance to catch the fallout on Saturday. Our cameras will take you where no one else is allowed to go, bringing you exclusive access to the losing act, revealing what goes on inside the X Factor house, taking you to the top secret rehearsals, and much, much more in the life of an X Factor finalist. This is the Aftermath. Last Saturday, the crowds went wild and the studio was buzzing like never before. 3 acts with 2 judges. It was the semi-final. Sharon's only hope for a place in the final was with Ben. And Simon, still leading the judges' rankings, brought 2 contestants on stage, Leona and Ray. And for the first time ever in the X Factor, there was a chance that one judge would own the finals, if he could keep both his acts in the competition. Each act had 2 songs to sing, and both songs were an open choice. Simon had chosen songs with meaning. Leona sang the song she performed at her first audition, and Ray sang the song he performed at the Judges' Houses stage in Miami. For Ben, Sharon gave him songs that would show him at his most natural, 2 rock numbers that she hoped would see him through. As with last week, all the performances were immaculate.
But I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
The single best performance I've ever witnessed.
You've been delivering. God bless you.
You deserve to be in the final.
I think you are 1 song away from going to the final next week. I thought that was a terrific performance.
You have to be in the final next week.
But the stress of coming this far was beginning to show on all our finalists. And for Ray, singing a song that meant so much to him brought him to tears.
Because you get me going now, and I can't say what I want to say.
The result was entirely down to the public vote, and Leona, Ray and Ben took to the stage to learn their fate. For weeks, both Ben and Leona had been tipped for the final, so many people would have thought it was a foregone conclusion.
The first act through to next week's final is Leona! The second act through to the final is
So Ben leaves the competition, meaning Sharon is out of the X Factor. And for the first time ever, one judge has both his acts in the final. It was a shock for many, not least for the man himself.
That was unbelievable. That was something I would not want to go through again.
I was shocked because we had 3 great people. I honestly thought it was going to be a Ben and Leona final. I really, really did. But Ray cried, and you know, crying always helps. It always gets you votes, you know what I mean?
You know what? I think looking back, they are the 2 who deserve to get through after tonight. I thought Leona was the best vocalist, and I think Ray just gave it more than anybody else. And you've got a fascinating battle on now. I'm very, very happy for the 2 of them.
For Sharon, who had all her hopes pinned on Ben making the final, tonight's result was a disappointment.
When I first set eyes on Ben, I knew that he would get this far in the contest. I mean, I hoped he would win, but he has sort of. To get this far, everyone's a winner.
Before the performance tonight, I was probably my most nervous I've been, just because the stakes were so high and it was a real big deal. But at the same time, though, if you're going to go out, at least go out in the semi-final. You know, you'll be remembered at least.
For vocal coaches Mark and Evie, Ben's last performances were some of the best he'd ever given.
In the last few weeks, he's been singing songs that haven't really been him. This week, he was so comfortable, and yet the sad thing about it was tonight was the night he went.
He's devastated because I think he finally found himself tonight. His eyes were sensitive, he was smiling, he sang great. And I said to him at the end, if nothing else, you couldn't have picked something better to go out on.
I sang it the best I possibly could, and some. You know, I surprised myself when I was singing and I was actually like really enjoying it, and I was genuinely enjoying it. You know, I didn't even know that I could do that.
Ben has just got to start believing in himself and realise he's as good as he is. And he's just got to relax and let go, which he did tonight on stage. He was phenomenal because he let go and really gave a great performance.
I am so proud of Ben making it to the semi-final. You would not know how I feel. I've got no words to describe it. Seeing Ben on television every Saturday has been amazing, fantastic, brilliant, best experience of my life.
When the X Factor came along to me, I didn't think I was going to get as far as this. But there was probably a moment, maybe 6 weeks ago, when I thought I could win this. And then I just started thinking, well, it'd be nice to come second.
Ben has been an incredible contestant throughout the run, no doubt. An absolute undeniable talent and a real musician. That's what's been lovely about having him on the show, is that he is somebody who can get up, play the guitar, play the piano, and play it really, really well. And I hope that he goes on to reap the benefits for many years to come.
Ben's got a great future. Ben, you know, in the rock world has got a great future. Definitely.
You know, the end of a contest, the beginning of a great career.
So after a tense semi-final, Ray and Leona will be back next week to battle it out to win the X Factor.
Tonight was one of the most exciting shows I think we've ever done. The atmosphere in the studio was just electric tonight because they came out and they fought like dogs for those votes. It was just brilliant.
Ray genuinely thought he was going to go home, and he was so proud to be going into that final with Leona. And I was just overwhelmed that he was there because he's a very, very special young man.
And I think he's this kid with the heart of a lion. And when he cries, he means it. When he pounds his chest, he means it. And when he dances, he means it. And I see him look at his family when he's singing.
I'm so happy to be at this position. I couldn't thank the people at home enough. I couldn't thank it enough. I couldn't thank it enough. Do you know what? This is the best thing for me. I have had a ball. I have had an absolute ball. I cannot believe I'm in the final. I want to explode.
Ray is one of the best new entertainers I've seen in a long time. And Leona has a really incredible voice.
You know, what can you say about Leona other than she's beautiful and her voice is incredible?
I can't believe that I'm here. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even comprehend it. So it's amazing. You know, I was just asked the question, how does it feel to be the first female in the final? And it is truly an honour. It's just amazing.
She's come on every single week, and although she's always been good, tonight she was great. Tonight she was outstanding, and the way she sang, of course she had to be in the final, and I'm very glad she's there.
I think Leona should win because it is a talent contest and she has the star quality. She's a great voice and she'll record really well.
And along with the vocal coaches, there are some very proud parents too.
You sort of never let yourself think that she'll ever, you know, actually get to that final. But we've just taken it week by week, and it's amazing, and she deserves to be here.
I've got to pinch myself as if I'm dreaming, you know what I mean? It's actually unbelievable, and I actually shed a tear. I don't want to admit it, but I actually, it's embarrassing, but I actually did cry.
Yeah, we're so proud of him. I think he's worked so hard, and he's just got to carry on doing what he's doing, you know, keep focused, you know.
He's in the final now, and he sees the winning line.
Yeah, go for that winning line, baby, because you're going to cross it. You know our motto, fail to prepare, prepare to fail, and you've never failed us yet.
That's right, without a doubt.
Ever.
Lovely.
Never.
Well done, my son.
So Simon has made it to the finals with 2 of his 4 acts. And although it may be a first, it also means he'll have to double his efforts for next week.
he's got a lot of work to do next Saturday, and very difficult because we've never had one judge with 2 finalists at the final. So this, you know, this next week he's got to make sure that he's completely fair in terms of the time and energy he gives to both finalists. He's got to make sure that he serves them well with the song choices, and he's taking it really, really seriously. And normally on a Saturday night after the studio show, Simon will go out, and tonight he's going home to watch back the performances, make the key decisions on the song choices for next week.
Before everyone heads home, Simon meets with each of his acts to discuss the week ahead, and more importantly, plan the songs for next Saturday.
Good for you. God, you deserve that tonight.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to sleep on it overnight, but I'm thinking I can't make up my mind between Summertime and Sorry Seems to Be.
Oh.
You happy?
I am so happy.
You happy?
Oh, I'm overwhelmed completely.
I want to think about the songs, but one thing I have made a decision on.
Yeah.
You're going to sing My Way next week.
Okay, wicked.
Okay.
Excellent. Yeah, excellent.
You're going to sing My Way.
Excellent, thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
The rest I want to think about.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm so proud of it, and I'm so honoured
No,
to
you
share.
go in there next week wanting to win.
Oh.
You've got to go in with a fight.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Both of you.
will.
You delivered the right hook tonight.
But not everyone is happy about tonight's result.
I was wishing that Sharon would get somebody in the final, you know, because it would have been great. Simon has got 2 in now. He's just so smug.
How do I feel about having 2 acts in the final? Justified. I've always said I trust the British public. Thank you, once again.
At the end of the night, the first to leave are the young'uns, Leona and Ray. And Ray still can't believe he's made it through.
What a journey. Can't believe me and Leona come all the way through boot camp, all the way through Miami. And then when we went to do the first show and all that, I knew all along she could go all the way, but I didn't think I would. And to be able to share it with Leona is amazing, and I feel so good about it. I'm so happy and overwhelmed.
For Leona, there's only one thing on her mind.
It's just been crazy, so I'm definitely feeling a bit drained, and I'm sure I'll just have a really good night's sleep.
For Ben, the situation is very different, and he remains philosophical.
That's what it's all about, it's a competition. Someone's got to go. This week it was me. It is sad leaving, but to look on the bright side, I've got this far and there's so much more to do, you know, onwards and upwards as far as I'm concerned. It's the start of a new career, so it's not a bad day, it's a good day.
Back at the house is the first time the 3 semi-finalists have got together, and the mood is really quite somber.
To me, you know, it's my best performance ever. But it wasn't enough.
I know now that this point where you've got to is where you deserve to be, and I'm made up for you.
Cheers, mate.
But at the same time, I'm gutted because you're going.
I'm going to see if Eaton Road have got any spaces.
Left in the band.
Ben can join it.
Guitarist, maybe possible keyboard player, you know.
While Ben ponders his future with Eaton Road, the week ahead for the finalists will be very different. Coming up.
Had breakfast here, had lunch, and it looks like we're staying for dinner.
Oh my God, you got a telly in your bath.
Oh my gosh!
The future is what?
My dream is to record an album.
Sherry Blair stays here.
Ooh, Holly Valance.
This X Factor journey has been going on for me for like 6 months now. I can't believe that I've gotten this far. This final week has been an intense week. It's been filled with so many different emotions. 1 minute I've been crying, 1 minute I've been happy, 1 minute I've been sad. Right now I'm feeling quite nervous about Saturday, so I'll just spend the week just working the hardest that I've ever worked. This Saturday is just, I'm just gonna enjoy it. We've got our work cut out for us, but me and Ray are just gonna go for it, and hopefully it's gonna be a great show, so watch this space.
With only 1 week to go before the final, Ben came so close to realising his dream of winning the X Factor. As he packs up his things, he looks back on what's been a life-changing experience.
You know, there's not much to say. I've enjoyed the whole thing thoroughly. Still, would have been nice to have got to the final, but there's no regrets. Just to have had the opportunity to play in front of millions and millions of people every week has been the most amazing experience of my life. So I can't complain. Winning the X Factor was everything to me. I know that I'm not the kind of person who cries a lot, but I'm just as emotional person as the next person, you know, if not more, really. If I was to look back on it in 20 years' time and sum it up, I would certainly start with strange, because it has been a very strange experience. It's been like a dream. It really has, and it was almost like I woke up this morning and the dream was over. But I hope that's not the case.
Time for Ben to head off to the X Factor HQ to face the press.
Well, I'm off to the press conference now, and don't really know what sort of questions they're going to ask me, but I guess there's going to be a lot of how does it feel to have not won. So just really trying to get some good answers in my head ready.
With the final only a week away, press interest in the show is intensifying, and this week's press conference is busier than ever.
How did it feel last night? How are you today?
I'm okay today. I was a little bit down last night. Obviously, I would have loved to have got into the final, but I've got this far, and that is such an achievement.
Who are you tipping to win the X Factor now then, and why?
I couldn't say, because I know that the votes last week were really close, and no, I couldn't guess. I couldn't guess, and I think that they've both really worked hard. I think that Leona would get the most out of it.
So what's next for you then?
I don't know. I really, you know, I want to go and do some recording and stuff. I would really like to sort of get out there and gig again because I miss it so much. I just really want to keep the momentum going as long as possible.
That's it for today, but there will be plenty more interviews to come over the next few days. It's the morning after the night before, and that means routining. Today is the last ever time our contestants will have to get up early on a Sunday morning. Hurrah! Travel halfway across London and start learning new songs. As they arrive at the top secret studios, they meet up with the three people they could never do it without. Vocal coach to the stars and dedicated follower of fashion, Mark Hudson. Operatic supremo and the face that broke 1,000 hearts, Evie Burnett. And of course, the infamous X Factor musical director, Mr. Nigel Wright. Mix them in with our two superstars, Mr. Swing and resident X Factor cheeky chappy, Raymondo Quinn. And finally, Hackney's favourite with the voice of an angel, Leona Lewis. And you've got the most important routining session ever.
1, 2, 3.
I'm a bit sad, actually. Because, it's only just hit me now. That's the final day.
Now that it's come to an end, we're all very sad, and we do feel that it's the end of an era.
And this is where it kind of actually gets sad, you know, even though the intensity of it is huge, but there's also sort of a melancholy behind it because I miss everybody. It's sad and challenging all at the same time.
This week, Ray and Leona have got their work cut out. This Saturday, as well as performing the winner's single, the finalists will have to sing 3 other songs. The first is a favourite from the series so far, and the second is a brand new one. And for Leona, Simon has chosen Celine Dion's romantic classic, All By Myself. And as if that's not enough, it's Christmas! And to keep us all in the festive mood, the finalists will sing a Christmassy song. And for Leona, the cowl has picked one of the golden oldies, Oh Holy Night.
She wants to do Oh Holy Night in sort of a traditional fashion. We played her all of the other versions from Mariah Carey on down, and you know, God bless her, she went, you know, I really want to keep it traditional because I love Christmas. And when she said that to me, it makes my heart melt.
But it's not going to stay too traditional. To win the final, Leona's got to pull out all the stops.
We're trying to fit everything into this song. There's going to be a kids' choir on it, which should be really fun. So, yeah, it should sound really good.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
This week, Ray is as happy can be. Simon has gone all Sinatra on us and chosen White Christmas and My Way. Simon wants Ray's third song to be Fly Me to the Moon, but Ray would rather go for another Sinatra classic, That's Life. He feels the lyrics sum up his journey on the X Factor to a T, so Nigel makes the call to Simon to see if it's possible to change songs.
That's life.
Stop. Just spoke to Simon. His concern about That's Life is it's the same storytelling as
My Way.
My Way.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're going to do My Way on the show.
Okay.
And you're singing two very similar songs, but you think Fly Me to the Moon is perfect, so let's
have a bit of a
that one.
dance.
Yeah, you can have a dance in the middle, yeah. Great.
Ray back. Ray's
Ray Quinn
back.
the dancer is back.
We spoke to Simon, we had a talk about it, and you know what, he's always right, and he's right. You know, I'm telling the story twice with My Way, so I don't need to do that.
We're going to play it safer. We're going to go back to the Ray that we knew from the beginning, where that body's going to be moving a little bit. So maybe in the final we'll see a little bit of early Ray, a little bit of now Ray, and then a little bit of the Ray that no one has seen yet.
And may all your Christmases be white.
Despite their hectic schedule, you couldn't have a Christmas without Secret Santa. So Ray and Leona managed to grab a quick half hour on London's Oxford Street.
We're going to buy some Christmas presents. I'm going to buy some for you.
And I'm going to present for you. Yeah. It's a bit tempting putting me in here to shop for a guy when there are so many girls' things around, but I'll try and keep focused. Oh, you can rock with this.
I know she likes butterflies. I know she likes bags like every girl does. I know she likes shoes. That would be perfect for Leona.
Do boys really wear stuff like this? That is...
Ooh, who's that handsome devil there? God, it's just like looking in the mirror.
Little sparkly number. I think that would really suit him.
Meanwhile, Ray's found a toy for himself.
Whoa!
It's hardly toying work. You should try shopping for my family. But the guys grab a quick break.
I might just sit here and contemplate what I'm going to buy. Oh.
So while Leona heads back to shopping, Ray heads back to the toy department.
I've just found something that I think might be able to compete with Ray's gyrating hips.
And eventually, the decisions are made and it's time to head home. Tune in later to see what Santa brings. Coming up.
I've learned so much and I feel as if I'm a new lad.
I remember waiting in the wings, like, ready to go when I was 13. I was so nervous.
It's possible for me to come second, but it's possible for me to win.
Honey, I'm home.
I just can't believe it. I keep waking up, pinching myself, thinking, oh my God, I just keep reminding myself that I'm here and I'm actually gonna be in the final. Being called a one-trick pony was probably the best thing for me because it made me realise how much I want this. But at the end of the day, I am an entertainer. I love to entertain. I am a singer. I love to sing. I'm a dancer. I love to dance. and I can put all three of them together on Saturday night with the songs that I get. Imagine on Saturday night, I done all my songs, waiting for the results, and they called my name out to win. It's possible for me to come second, but it's possible for me to win.
The competition may be over for Ben, but things certainly haven't slowed down for him. Today, he's off to This Morning to discuss his departure from the show with Fern and Phil, accompanied by vocal coach Mark Hudson.
Doing a bit of live TV, you know, it's my game now. Not under the same sort of pressure that I was under on the X Factor, so I feel a lot more relaxed. I know it's live, but I try my best not to swear, and everything should be good.
To be in the top 3 of tens of thousands of people is a fantastic achievement. And we all know you now. We know your face, we know your voice. So the future is what? I know it's early days to have, you know, people coming up to you, but what do you think the future might be?
My dream is to record an album.
Yeah.
I would love to. You know, I've got songs that I've written, people I'd love to work with, so much stuff I'd love to do. So I really, really hope I do get the chance to record an album.
He's going to make a record. We don't know for who or when or whatever, but you can't stop this. He's too good to let it go. I'm just hoping that we stay together. I hope to be involved in it in some way, you know.
Well, if I've got anything to do, you will be.
I'm a brother.
You know that.
That's my man. But the X Factor, he's got it.
Now that the interview is over, Ben heads back to the X Factor house for the final time. The time has come for Ben to say his goodbyes to the final 2 contestants in the X Factor, Ray and Leona.
It's been an honour that you've been here, you know, and the way I've got to know you towards the end, and you are, you know, a great lad. You really are, and you're going to go far, and I know you are.
See you later, guys.
Thanks, Ben.
It's just been great. It's been great fun, a great laugh. It's just like so musical and so talented. I miss him like playing his guitar and singing along and stuff.
Yeah, it's been like a second home to me, being in there, and yeah, to be leaving now is quite sad, but it has been an amazing experience. I wouldn't have changed it for the world.
In the build-up to Saturday's X Factor final, both Ray and Leona are going to get their first ever chance to perform in front of an adoring crowd of the loyal public. And where better to do this but in their hometowns? So, for Ray, this means travelling back up north to Liverpool, and Leona heads back to East London.
It's really lovely because I'm back in Hackney, my hometown, and it's just nice to kind of come back to the area, to the old neighbourhood, and see everyone, see all of my family and my friends as well.
But there's no let-up, and before they embark on what will be a nerve-wracking experience, they're kept busy with interviews from the local press and, of course, the obligatory autograph signing.
Talking to the press is usually cool because they're usually really nice. It's getting a bit easier because I used to just be like talking, but now I can be a bit more fluent with my answers and stuff. So it's getting better.
You know, in this little X Factor bubble, you go in here, there and everywhere, and you don't realise how much support you've actually got. You don't see it, but when you come home, you do.
And right on cue.
And it doesn't half give you a confidence boost.
Right there, cuz.
All right, La.
He's on your autograph, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. You all right?
Yeah.
Good lad. Nice on.
Good luck.
Nice on, nice on. See ya.
Performing to your home crowd will test anyone's nerve, especially if you've been here before.
Just how I remember it. I remember waiting in the wings, like ready to go when I was 13. I was so nervous. I still am. I walked out to my sound check and it was like The whole stage was just for me, and it was just, it's such an amazing feeling because people are coming and they're coming just to see me, and it's a bit weird, but it's really, really lovely, and I'm just excited about performing now.
After sound check, it's almost time to head on stage.
So I'm a bit scared, a bit anxious, and I don't know, it's weird. I'm looking forward to it, like, but I don't really know what to expect.
I can feel butterflies actually now. I'm getting nervous as we speak.
And as Ray heads out on stage to do his homecoming performance, 250 miles away in London, Leona does the same. But you're going to have to tune in on Saturday to see how they got off. It's been a long, long journey for our finalists, and the chance to win the X Factor and the £1 million contract is just within their grasp. The next step on the road to stardom is to film the pop video to go along with the winner's single. First job of the day is to look good, so Ray starts with a visit to Susan, the X Factor stylist.
She's making me take my clothes off as she does all the time. It's private, this.
The look that we're going for with Ray is a slightly more tuxedo-ish look because this is his first video and we want him to look very, very smart.
Sexy and raunchy. Raunchy Ray.
And as any pop star will tell you, looking good isn't just about the clothes.
Getting my makeup done by Adam.
We're shooting the video for the X Factor finalists now, purely because of the time taken to shoot, edit and online all the footage. And we don't know who it could be until the very last minute.
And then lights, camera, action, we're ready to roll on the winner's single. It's a long day, but everything has to be spot on. Another shot and another trip to makeup.
I've been here for nearly 12 hours now. Had breakfast here, had lunch, and it looks like we're staying for dinner. As long as we get like good shots and good video, then it's all worth it.
All video shoots are really long days, getting up very early, ending late. This one's especially challenging because we're filming 2 instead of just 1. So everything's been done twice, identically for each contestant. Leona's been really, really good on camera, very, very natural and relaxed. And obviously, as soon as the music starts and she sings, you can tell that she's just, you know, completely lost in it. So all the magic comes out on screen when you want it to.
It's so surreal, it's weird to get this opportunity without the X Factor. You wouldn't get to do this, ever. You just think how lucky you are to be at this position. See you later, I've got to go film the rest of my video, yeah.
Raymond, again, just a great born natural performer. Can just switch it on for the camera and the ladies. And he's just got a great sparkle in his eye. It's just a pleasure to film someone like that because they just know instinctively where the camera is. Gives a big performance every time, which makes our life lots easier.
Having been an actor before the X Factor, Ray is no stranger to being filmed.
Just takes you back to when, like, you know, I used to do what I did, and I don't know, it's crazy, but I love it. I'd do it all day.
I can't believe like what a journey I've had and how incredible it's been since the beginning auditions to now. Never thinking that I'd get here and be shooting the winner's video. You have to follow your dreams because I'm living proof that it can come true.
Each and every single day I wake up, it gets better and better and better. I just hope I don't fall at the last hurdle, really.
And at the end of the long day, it's a wrap. But because this is the X Factor, there can be only one winner. And you'll have to wait till next week to see the finished video. Coming up.
That is the poshest bottle of water if I've ever seen one.
So I would say the future for both of these two right now is rosy.
Ooh, check it out. I make you some beautiful tea, okay? Bye-bye.
Every week, the Aftermath gives you the chance to win one of the personal effects from the X Factor house.
Hi everyone, this week you have the chance to win one of my dresses that I wore at the X Factor show and It is from my first week when I performed I'll Be There. It means a lot to me because it was the first time that I did the first show. So I hope whoever gets it enjoys it, and good luck.
After Leona wore this dress on the show, it sold out on the high street. So this really is an exclusive prize. To win Leona's favourite Saturday night outfit, as well as this exclusive slimline digital radio straight from the house, plus 4 VIP tickets to the X Factor tour, all you have to do is tell us. Leona and Ray first got to know each other during the Judges' Houses stage. Where was this held? A. Miami, B. Norwich, or C. Hastings? Ring us with your answer on 0901 293 4040 or text WIN followed by A, B or C to 84383. And most of all, good luck! Two months ago, the X Factor house was crammed with 24 contestants. Now, it's just Ray and Leona. And it's just too big for the two of them. So, it's time to move on to sunnier climes.
You know what? I am at the ball. This has been the best experience of my whole entire life.
It is quite sad. It makes you realise that it actually is kind of coming to an end soon.
There was 4 people in this room. There was Robert there, there was Ben there, there was Ashley there, and there was me in the corner.
There's just been so many good memories, and I just remember like me and Nikita having a pillow fight in this room. Little things like that just are just memories that I'll always keep with me.
You know what? I'm so happy because I've grown up so much, and I've learned so much, and I feel as if I'm a new lad. I've learned how to wash clothes. I've learned how to iron. I've learned how to try and cook something decent.
This was all our category, just as we found out that we was all in the final 12. Just brings back memories. I've met some really lovely people and made some really, really close friends along the way. So I'm just happy that I've gotten this far, whatever happens.
It's the end of an era as Ray and Leona leave the house for the final time. The X Factor final is just 3 days away, and by the end of Saturday night, either Ray or Leona will be launching their music career with a £1 million recording contract. And being part of the most talked about TV show in the country is putting our finalists under more pressure. To satisfy the huge demand for information and interviews, the X Factor press team have called a press conference. Being a pop star isn't just about singing. Ray and Leona have to be able to handle the often overwhelming amount of attention that being a celebrity brings. And with the judges, they sit down to face a room full of journalists. And the first question goes to Ray.
What do you think about the press likening you to the kid from the Munsters?
It's great. I'm proud to look like someone so cute, you know.
This is a question for Leona. You've got a fantastic voice, but your critics have said you need to show off your personality a bit more.
Yeah. Through my songs, just show everyone my personality and just really just do the best that I can do.
You're aiming for a Christmas #1 single with the release of your first single. What would that mean to either of you if that were to come true and you were to get Christmas #1?
To do a first single and to get to #1 would just be amazing. What more could you ask for?
This must be one of the biggest things that ever happened to you guys. How are you coping?
I try not to get worried or nervous or whatever till Saturday night, you know, when I'm behind the doors. Because I get a little buzz, I love it, you know. And we are sleeping all right, aren't we? Yeah.
Just every day I'm just I pinch myself because I cannot believe that I'm here. I'm just oh my gosh, I'm so thankful to be here.
Question for Simon. It's going to be a shame that either Leona or Ray are going to walk away on Saturday and not going to win. Does that frustrate you? Because you've obviously got two very talented acts.
So I would say the future for both of these two right now is rosy.
After answering every question imaginable, the last thing to do is decide who sings first on Saturday.
Heads will go first, tails will go second. And again.
Tune in on Saturday to see who it is. When Ray and Leona get a chance to see what Sunday's front pages could look like, it begins to dawn on them just how important the press conference has been.
I felt like I was going on stage to like sing. Sometimes I find it hard to kind of think of answers and find it hard to speak in front of loads of people. But I think I did quite well.
She was that good, Hannah. She that good. She was like, well, you know, she had a proper boss answer. I was just like, oh. And then sharing the same desk as Shannon, Simon and Louis and Leona. It's amazing.
To get our finalists used to the high life that could be awaiting them in a few weeks, they move into the poshest apartment in the centre of London.
Ooh, check it out.
And our finalists aren't the only famous people to have stayed here.
Sherry Blair stayed here.
Ooh, Holly Valance. Oh, we've got a key, we've got a room, let's try it. Oh my God, this is gorgeous.
Oh my, this is amazing.
Oh, you like Sam Cal?
Sam Cal?
I do. Butler.
This is the life.
Having a bottle of water.
That is the poshest bottle of water if I've ever seen one.
I can't believe it.
Oh, I didn't see this bit. I was wondering where the bedrooms were. This is my room. This is my room. This is mine. This is mine. Oh my gosh!
Hold on, hold on.
Hold on, hold on.
I bet you I don't get a telly. Bet you I don't get a telly.
And every room has a plush ensuite.
I love it, I love it, I love it.
You got two sinks? Why would you want two sinks? Oh my God, you got a telly in your bath.
Oh my gosh! This is amazing.
This is so good.
For whoever wins the competition on Saturday, this swanky pad could be the taste of things to come. As Leona and Ray are about to spend their last few nights together, Ray does the honourable thing and offers to cook dinner for the lady of the house.
It's gonna be a piece of toast. A piece of toast!
Honey, I'm home.
Hey, wait, no. Stay out the kitchen. I make you some beautiful tea, okay? Bye-bye.
This meal I've ever had because he's taken like hours to prepare it, so I'm really looking forward to eating it.
Ooh, you're gonna love this. Bon appetit. I just wish you the best of luck in the final.
The best of luck in the final.
After Ray's bean cuisine, it's Frezzy time.
Oh!
Because Leona had a sore throat earlier in the series, Ray has got her some cough mixture. And after Ray cried on last week's show, Leona got him a box of hankies. And then, for the big presents.
I know you like this one.
Oh, yay! Yay!
You can take your little new dog on tour, keep you company.
Sit. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Read it, baby.
Read it and weep. Perfect your sewing.
Okay, so it's a book about his golf swing, but the shopping was done in double quick time.
But good luck.
Good luck and congratulations.
And Merry Christmas. Yo, it's been emotional. Oh, we were just... I just can't believe it.
And so, nearly 8 months after the first auditions, the dream of winning is just 2 days away. And with 4 songs each, neither Ray or Leona can afford to slip up. But the X Factor is a competition, and it's all down to the public vote. Just who will you choose? Leona or Ray? Will it be the voice of an angel or the all-round entertainer? It's a £1 million record contract, and there can be only one winner. Join us tomorrow for all the nerves, excitement and final rehearsals ahead of the big day. And on Saturday for all the immediate reaction and the first interview anywhere with your X Factor winner. And don't forget, we're back next Thursday at 8 p.m. for the Xtra Factor the Aftermath, where you can catch all the fallout from the final and an exclusive look back at how the finalists battled it out.
If you want to make the most of the last week of this year's X Factor,